Hello, today is our day 164. Let me see, we are going live on YouTube channel as well at the same time. Hold on just one moment. One moment. Let me get our Zoom live streaming to YouTube. A little bit like an operation process. Just 2 seconds, okay? Okay, let's save it. Wonderful. Now we're on both Zoom and also YouTube channel. How are you, everyone? Today is Tuesday, and apologize a little bit late tonight. But today, I did quite some work, but then not much work, okay, just a few hours. And then my rest of the time, I was helping my kids. And by the way, the school last day for this semester is supposed to be June 27th, but in New York, the public school now, they are releasing kids all going to home. And like they have these 2 weeks of region test for the New York states, and all the kids go back home to do their own study. And I just feel like, oh my God, what the teachers doing, all the schools do not have enough space for the region test, so they release all other students who are not taking test. So considerable, because they want to create some quiet environment for those kids who are taking regions, but a little bit challenging for parents, because now for 2 weeks, we have to take care of kids. So now I want to share that entrepreneurs feel lucky because we are entrepreneurs, so we could have a flexible schedules. So even though the kids come home, we will not get a panic, right? We do not need to go to the corporate to report to your boss. So you are your own boss. And now, even though it's inconvenient, but at least that you could like have your flexibility to handle it. I could not imagine like 2 weeks of, those parents, if both parents are working in some companies or employers, and the kids will have to take good care of themselves. Oh, maybe that's good side. Okay, good. It's for kids to learn how to take care of themselves. But the negative side is just like, okay, so they do not really have not much time to study. But let's say, and everything, I would say everything has a good side and bad side, right? But it's always good if you have that kind of time, freedom, and flexibility, right? So thank God, and hopefully they could learn how to discipline themselves, manage their self-study 2 weeks long, and get their region test good. All right, we are coming back to our book, Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson, this underground playbook to fill your websites or funnels with your dream customers. And today we are further on the secret number 4, work your way in and buy your way in. Remember previously we talked about already how the 3 phases to develop your Dream 100 better. Last night, I created that Excel form and to do my Dream 100. And good news, I already got listed those names who are my ideal Dream 100. Okay, I already put 22, those top masters and mentors I admire the most. I follow them and I study from them, and they will be ideally my like long-term Dream 100. And just like Russell, he did like a decades, like around 10 or 12 years to really cultivate his connection with Tony Robbins and eventually get his partnership. I know maybe this will take me a long time, but it's great. This is like a vision board, a little bit like a vision board on Excel, and with all this kind of my Dream 100 onto a list. I've already put, for example, over 100 numbers, the increased numbers there. So far I filled in 22. I will keep doing that every day to add whenever I get some goodness, I need to add to it. So that's a great progress, right? And now we're further on this, like first one is like after Dream 100, you build a relationship, you get your earned traffic. That's like you build a relationship, put your time, efforts, right? Earn your traffic. And now it's buy your way in. The step 3, traffic that you control. Today we're talking about this. And here's another illustration. Here, I love Russell's illustration. And let's see. Can you see it? Here are those Dream 100 listed, and let's say it's hooks, all those hooks, and Dream 100. And let's say interests and search, get all this. So not every fish bites the same hook. Pattern interrupt, lots of creative. Pattern interrupt, lots of creative. So buy your way in. That means you need a lot of budget to do the buy thing, right? To do the ads, and you need hooks, and you need to be very good at a hook story and offer. So this is like pattern interruption. Okay, that's Russell said. Lots of creative. He's a genius. He's the one I saw like the most creative. He had so many like hooks and creative activities in and he's like creating all this buzz in the market and in the dominant one in a perfect world. Okay, while you are building relationships with the Dream 100, you can still get traffic by buying it. Yeah. So there's two things you want to do together, but this first you want to build your Dream 100 because that like we read the past few days, like it's all the foundation for any part of your business. In a perfect world, every one of your Dream 100 would say yes and promote you to their audiences on all the platforms daily. You'd get unlimited free traffic and you never have to risk any money on ads. And business would be really easy. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Typically, if I contact all of the 100 people on my list, I'll usually get about 30 that will say yes. They will help. And then usually only about 10 people will actually do any real promotion. You see that? If it's like 10%, if you get 10% engaging, let's say engaging partner, I would call the partner, okay? Partners. And that will be good enough. So that's why you need to have a big base. Sometimes they are too busy or get caught at a bad time, while other times they might have a competing product. That's true. The partners, for example, like Dean Grossathi, I know that Russell and Tony, sometimes they have a competitive products similar in a similar zone. And by the way, that's why Tony Robbins turned Dean Grossathi into his really like a co-founder of his company. He wants to find some succession, I think, and also at the same time, turn your biggest competitors into your friends or into your partners the best way. And not just that, it's mainly because Dean Grossathi helped Tony Robbins pivoted during the COVID time. Because COVID time, Tony canceled all his live events, and that's threatening his baseline, right, of his business, because he's been doing that for over 40 years. And now Dean Grossathi is a great online zone. So he helped Tony Robbins' business turn into more online. So I think that's where they started the greatest partnership. All right, let's see. Honestly, sometimes they may just look at you as their competitor, or maybe they just flat out hate you. And that's okay too. That's true. Just because you can get them to promote you for free doesn't mean you can still get in front of their audience by running paid traffic. Okay, you can get in front of their audience by running paid traffic. Yes, you can even get in front of the audience of the people who hate you. That's great news, right? However, when I got started over 15 years ago and I was trying to sell my potato gun DVDs and other products I had created, this wasn't an option. You had to work your way in. And if the person who controlled the traffic said no, you had no other options. Because that time, the ads did not have those features to target those influencers or even your competitors' audience. But now, thanks to Facebook and now pretty much all social media social platforms, you can usually target the followings of your Dream 100 and shoot ads directly to them. Wow. So Facebook and pretty all, okay. Target following of your Dream 100 and shoot ads direct to them. In other words, you can turn out a Dream 100 to be your like a competitors 100 as well. Your best competitors would be your best like Dream 100. Yes, that means that before Tony ever did the live interview and promoted expert secrets on his page, I had spent a decade buying ads on Facebook that only showed up to his followers. Wow, Tony must be pissed off. Okay, I had it. Okay, that's great to know, right? Spent a decade buying ads on Facebook that only showed up to his followers. Now, while I'm digging my well and building relationships with people at the same time, I'm buying my way into their audiences. I do this for a few reasons. First, it's faster. Paid ads can give you, the speed, right? If you cannot wait. Paid ads can give you immediate feedback. I can turn an ad on and within minutes have people flooding into my funnels. Second, it gives me the ability to test out different hooks and see what things people in each of my Dream 100's audience are clicking on. Okay, so test out different hooks. Before I did the interview with Tony, we tested dozens of headlines and images and ideas with his audience as ads and saw that things got the most clicks. So what things got the most clicks and engagement? Then when I had the opportunity to be interviewed by Tony, I knew what his people actually wanted to hear, and I could craft my message around that. That's smart, right? And okay, third, 90% of my Dream 100 will likely never actively promote me on their own, but I still want to get in front of their audiences, and this is the only way. Yeah, that's true. Remember we said 10% of the Dream 100 may really promote you, but 90% of will likely never actively promote you. Yeah, even like I did an interview. My partner is not really promoting my platform, but she turned it into her platform and promoting hers. So that's not very good, right, for partnership, but it's considerable, okay? Everybody wants to promote themselves. Okay. It's not as powerful as an endorsed promotion, but it's the second best thing. Fourth, paid ads are how you scale a company fast, okay? Scale a company fast. My number one goal with every funnel I create is to have a break-even funnel. Number one goal with every funnel is have a break-even funnel, where for each $1 we put into paid ads, we get at least $1 back. You see, this is the big secret that I shared in .com Secrets, which was proven with the launch of ClickFunnels. About a year after we launched ClickFunnels. Okay, this break-even kind of a funnel. All right, so we were launched by the first big venture capitalist company. Okay, we were approached by the first big venture capitalist company who wanted to give us funding. They had funded another Boise software startup and wanted to add another hyper-growth company to their portfolio. I went to lunch with one of the partners of the company to find out what they had in mind. As we started eating, he started to ask me the questions that I had seen so many times while watching Shark Tank. Right, Shark Tank. How much money does it cost you to acquire a customer? And I smiled, knowing he wouldn't understand my answer. And then said, well, we were paying about $250 to get a free ClickFunnels trial, but we turned those ads off. Wait, what? That's a great CPA, cost per acquisition. We were paying about $250 to get a free ClickFunnels trial. With those numbers, if we were to give you 10 million, we could help add another 40,000 members. That's quite high, actually, right? It's $250 to get a free ClickFunnels trial. My goodness. But they turned it off. We could help add another. Okay, not only would that make you worth a lot more, but we could also take on another round of funding afterwards. I started a little and then explained, we actually turned them off because I'm paying for the ads out of my own pocket. I don't have the luxury to go $10 million in debt to get 40,000 members. Every customer I bring in needs to be profitable from day one. Then I showed him the .com Secrets book funnel and explained that while it cost me about $23 on average in ads to sell the book. Okay, so we actually made over $37 on average from every person who bought the book. So that's, see the difference? It's like a $14 profit. Wait, that makes no sense. How do you make 37 selling a free book? You only charge 7.95 shipping and handling. Because they don't understand the upgrade stuff, right? So Russell showed them this this kind of a figure, those kind of like funnel figures, the conversion one. So the CPA equals, that's let me see, CPA is a cost per acquisition. Well, I did not know that $250 get a free ClickFunnels trial. But then that's another story. He must be earning much more than the $250, right? Make profit or make even. So that means like the CPA is $23. That's the cost, right? And then free book, people pay $7.95 to cover the shipment. Okay, so that's a 13%. Let's see. ACV, what's the ACV? Let me see. If there's it's actually actual, I'm guessing, okay, is that actual costs? Okay, let me see. Free book, that's 13%. Then bump order, when people book a book, they will get like small offer there. If they click and together they buy with the book. Okay, that's $37. That's 20.8%. And then next step, okay, after they confirm that, they get upsell. That's $97. OTO, they call. I forgot OTO. What's OTO? I did that in learning before, but I now forgot the specific name. OTO. 97, and then downsell is a, oh, okay. So first is lower selling $97. Another one is at $297. Okay, I guess maybe this sequence is wrong. Normally they will sell higher and then downsell, like 207 and then 97. Doesn't matter, but it's totally, let me see how much the percentage. Okay, now I understand the percentage. That's a conversion ratio. Okay, so the free book 13%, and bump order from there is 20%. And then further on, that OTO $97 is 9.92%. See, their data is so good. And then the OTO number 297 be lower, right? 4.90%. But totally ACV, I forgot the specific name. Where is that ACV? We will get that maybe. And that's a totally 37.71. See, that's why he actually not just the break even and make a profit on each account is like $14. Okay, so we will further explain it. Okay, I loved and said that's the big secret of a funnel. Big secret of a funnel. People paid me $7.95 for each book, but then we upsell our courses after they buy the book. I went on to explain the concepts further, as I'm about to do for you right now, because we can get lost in the weeds of numbers. I've broken it down as simply as possible into the 4 steps the customer goes through. Be sure to reference figure 4.7, that's the previous one, okay? And read through this a few times until you grasp how average cart value works. So the product, we made $7.95, okay, immediately from each person who bought the book. Total cart value. So total cart value is $7.95. I spent $23 in ads to acquire a customer, which made for the negative 14.05. Actually, he did not mention about the shipment. Does cost something, right? So actually the actual cost should be a little bit higher than just 23. 23 is only for ads. And you need to have a shipment, maybe a few bucks, but not as the 7.95. Okay, the next one is the order form bump. On the order form, we had our first upsell for the audiobook, and the 20.8% of our buyers added the $37 product to their order as an audiobook, otherwise known as a bump. That's a bump order. It's related to what you are selling at the beginning and just adding some values to it. New money collected for each buyer. So that's a $37 times 20.8%. What's that? Okay. Equals 7.7. $27 times that makes 7.7. Okay, you need the times with the percentage, how many conversion ratio, okay? But the first one, he did not use that is 13%. Russell, come on, he's confusing my math. I think my math is not bad. You need to calculate the first 13%, right? If I'm right, 13%, where's the 13%? I will put a question mark here, as I know they need to calculate this part as well. So, all right. Anyway, the second part of the time, the percentage, total average cost, part value, plus that will be this. Okay, I spent the 27 and made it for the negative. Okay, so he's adding all those like a further offer orders to his like a total return. Okay, then OTO 1. Oh, okay. It's a one-time offer. Okay, OTO, it's one-time offer. I almost forgot those terms. Number one, after buyer's order, they needed to see the first of our 2 special upsells, which are also called one-time offers, OTOs. Okay, my first OTO was $97 for one of our online digital courses that helped implement what they would learn in the book. See, everything's related. Okay, it's just adding more value. This first OTO had a 9.92%. And okay, order conversion in a one-click upsell that allowed them to add it to their order without having to re-enter the credit card information. New money collected for each buyer. So like 97 times that 9.92% and total card value. Like he's adding this new value on the like the previous one. Together now it's 22, 25. And okay, the next one, OTO2. Then we offered a second OTO sending a course on how to get traffic into funnels for $297. The second OTO had 4.19% order conversion using a one-click upsell. Okay, so calculated days, the total average. Now the total average card value is 37.71. Okay, so now the profit. Okay, the net profit. By the way, he did not mention about the shipment. The shipment cost. Okay, so it's actually not really net profit. Okay, but anyway, it's like each buyer came into funnel is like $14.71. That's a profit. Okay, so when you do the math, add up all the orders, average like 37.71 in total sales for each book that was sold. We call that number the average. Oh, okay. So that ACV, average card value, ACV. Okay. After customer bought the book, we use the follow-up funnel where emails, retargeting, messenger, and other follow-up tools to introduce them to ClickFunnels over the next 90 days because we acquired the customer profitable with our funnel before they were showing our software. We got a customer first and made a profit before we ever introduced them to our core products. See, they've already break even and even made some profit, and then they will introduce their core products. That's how we've even been growing so fast without any outside funding. Big secrets, right? He sat there for a minute and then stated, if what you're saying is true, this will change business as we know it forever. I smiled and told him, yes, this is a message that I've been called to bring to this world. You see, there are really only 2 ways to scale a company fast. The first, take outside funding and then to use that money to either acquire other companies or pay to acquire customers. However, this way is lazy and inefficient. That's true. Exactly. At the beginning, you are burning money. And I don't recommend it. I like the strategy to take steroids to win the bodybuilding contest. Yes, you know, you won, but you cheated. The better, smarter, and more efficient way to scale business to create a funnel that is profitable and then to put as much money into paid ads as possible. When you have a funnel that at least breaks even, then you don't have an advertising budget and you can spend as much money as you can without it ever costing anything to acquire customers. I remember when we had this realization with ClickFunnels, we had been buying ads into our funnels and slowly growing them. We went from spending $100 per day to spending thousands per day. And our front end break-even funnel that we were driving traffic to was making us money for each new customer that come into our door. Even better, a huge percentage of those customers then joined ClickFunnels at $97 per month, meaning we no longer had an advertising budget. As long as we watched the ads closely and made sure that we didn't buy ads in places that weren't going to at least break even, we could grow fast. Soon we were spending over $25,000 per day and growing at a pace that no one had ever seen before. Okay, so actually today I want to end here and we will continue this tomorrow for the next secret. Everyone enjoy today. That's a great secret, right? We need to reflect to see how the ads could help us to, like, even with small budget, and we can keep